Hey, Red here. Today, I'm going to try something new again. This is the start of a new series I'm calling Dark Corners. I'm a clever boy. Despite the overly theatrical name, it's basically just me rambling on about cool movies and shows that I like, mostly with a supernatural bent. Hence the dark. This first attempt is going to be about a Netflix show that you may or may not know of. Let's get into it.
Quiet Red Media. Shh.
So the show in question today is the Netflix series called Love, Death, and Robots. Now, I hadn't given this one a shot until recently, but I came upon an episode that I really like. From Volume 1, Episode 5, titled Sucker of Souls. Now, you might be thrown off a bit by that name, but it's actually about vampires. Oh. You expected that? Shut up, smarty pants. This episode, based on the short story by author Kirsten Cross, is a short but sweet vampire fare for those of you who dig that kind of thing. And I know you do. It's about a group of folks, including an archaeologist, his assistant, and 3 mercenaries, finding their way into an underground dig site, only to find much more than they bargained for. Okay, screw the vague descriptions. Let's just dig in. Eh? That's what she said. Okay, never mind. So it starts off with the boss man mercenary and the archaeologist guy covered in blood, running for their damn lives from something. I actually really enjoy the art style of the animation. Something about it is just kinda, it just works for me. It's simple, but still somehow fits the mood. Anyway, so after we see them booking it, we skip back a little bit to see what sent them running scared. We see the archaeologist uncover a tomb in these underground ruins. He calls in his assistant to translate what's scrawled in stone, and the assistant reads off, "Entombed here, the devourer of children, Black Prince, the sucker of souls." That's pretty cool. Let me be the first to say, if I read that description off an ancient tomb, I'm going the other way. Unfortunately, these poor sons of bitches did not. And one of the things I liked about this short was the levity thrown in. I think it was done pretty well. There wasn't too much, and it pretty much all came from the hardened mercenaries, chucking it up, even in the face of some dire shit. We see a little of that as the mercenaries talk to each other over the walkies. But as the assistant dude is still screwing around with the inscription, he hears some noises. And guess who that might be? If you guess right, you don't get shit, so don't think too hard. That's right, it's Dracula. And before I go on, I want to point out his design. I really dig it. When he first appears, he's more humanoid, but still kind of creepy. And also, butt naked, which always makes things creepier for some reason. Anyway, Fang Face pops out of the darkness and poor assistant dude gets it bad. Not just bad, but like, making a scene bad. Just look at this. Yeah, gnarly, right? Oh, and also, when Dracula fed on the assistant guy, he transformed into a more bestial form, which also looks pretty freaking cool. After seeing that, the mercenary and the archaeologist take off, with the creature right behind them. The mercenary tussles with the beast for a bit, in vain, because bullets and knives don't do shit, and almost gets devoured. But a saving grace in the form of a widow kitty shows up. Turns out Dracula is scared of cats. Pussy. As the doctor puts it, legend says that feeding on them makes his flesh burn. So the mercenary wields the widow kitty like a holy item and they cause Dracula to flee. And this is where we started. The two are running back to the location where the other 2 mercenaries are, as well as the rest of their weapons and equipment. The team goes over their stash and the doc tells them it ain't gonna be enough. This is Dracula we're dealing with after all. So they're holed up in this room with a large barred door separating them from the beast. Luckily, the old man finds a secret route to escape the room. Old Gary leaves behind a batch of C4 for Dracula. Not you, Gary! So as they escape, they hear the explosion, and it appears all Fang Face is obliterated. They then have to outrun the explosion in the tunnels, and end up in a room full of more of these creatures, and that's the end. So that's the story. I quite enjoyed this one. As short as it is, coming in at just over 12 minutes or so, I believe it's got some good stuff for a short like this. Even down to the beast speaking in what sounds like an ancient language. And from what I gathered from reading around the internet, it sounds like it was Hungarian he was speaking. The designs are cool, the characters are pretty fun, it's really not bad at all, in my humble, faceless opinion. So that's it for this one. If you folks want to see more, stay tuned. Like I said, this is the first of a series, so I'll be doing more like this. Anyway, stay cool. Peace.